Hey, what's up, guys? Johnny Con here, aka Nasser the Conqueror. So, I had this intense dream last night while doing my Uber Eats runs, right? Or in between. I'm pretty sure this one was Jinn related. Um, and it's interesting because the ritual, which I think is relevant to this dream, I did it on Tuesday. And as many of you guys know, that Tuesday is very good for baneful work, especially when you work with Jinn. Um, so basically, what happened was in the dream, it took place at night. It looked kind of like a commercial setting, like a mall or some kind of shopping center. But anyways, I encountered the person that I did the work on, the baneful work on. I encountered that person there. They were basically like dismissive, like kind of like whatever, right? Um, and that was that. Now, what was interesting was I had some kind of like laptop, and it's kind of like I was like some kind of like hacker, right? And I was able to like hack into like the TV of the shopping center or whatever the hell it was. I was able to hack into that. I was able to hack into like the speaker phones or whatever, and basically cause chaos. Um, I kind of like made the giant TV of the shopping center or whatever kind of show like a nuclear, like a missile hitting on down, about to hit something. And I was kind of like getting a kick out of like being like slick about it, like watching everybody's reaction to what was being shown on the monitor. This was all my work, right? Like I hacked into the system. And after that, I kind of like I'm all like my work here is done, right? Like after the pandemonium that ensued from me like hacking to the system, I kind of like quietly went back into like where my laptop was. I logged out and I shut the computer and I kind of like walked out of there. And as I was leaving the area, I could hear the voice of one of my old Egyptian friends saying that the old me was back. And I replied, I never left. I was always here. And I'm pretty sure this was a Jinn related because that person in particular, that arrogant, dismissive person, I did Jinn baneful work on him on Tuesday. So I'm pretty sure that that's all Jinn related. Um, and I'm writing about it in my new book, right? My new grimoire or whatever. The new grimoire is going to be like a journal entry of entities, deities, and demons that I've worked with, right? And I'm almost tempted to make it like an autobiography, because it kind of like I noticed that if you read the book, it's kind of like you're reading Edgar Allan Poe. Like a normal person will like read it and say like, man, this person, like, is this person okay? It's like it looks like I'm reading what is it? Uh, the Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe or something, right? But anybody that's into the craft doesn't see it as madness. They see it as apotheosis, or going through a klepothic journey. But yeah, so I'm typing it into Google Docs, which is what I'm using to do the book, right? And I kind of wrote about another experience that I had with the Jinn, because I'm letting it all let out in this book, right? There was this other experience with the same Jinn from Tuesday. And he rules like war, violence, vengeance. There was this experience that I had over here in Hollywood. Now I lived in LA for like close to uh, 4 decades, almost, but not quite. And that's like my like a third time where I almost had like an altercation out in the streets, and I'm out there like a house cat. I'm like, I'm like a raccoon. I mostly come out at night these days, right? But I was basically this was right after I did a Jinn ritual. I was in the right. Now these people kind of like get on the street. I'm in the right though. They shouldn't even be walking. They're like jaywalking, right? And one of them looks at me, kind of like, "What are you gonna do about it?" And then he flicks his cigarette at the hood of my car. I'm all like, "You motherfucker!" So I'm like taken aback, as he's crossing the street, I just yell at him, "Fuck you!" like really loud. And he's all like, nothing came from that, but and I just, I was in the middle of doing a delivery, so I just kept on going. But like Jinn magic is like some serious shit. You don't want to do it unless you're like prepared. You're doing your banishings, your cleansings, everything, and be really respectful. But anyways, that's just my update for today. The book, I'm not sure when it'll be ready. I really wanted to be bigger than my usual books. I wanted that shit to be like, thick as for a book. All right. So, anyways, this is Johnny Khan, aka Nazi to Conquer. Peace.